Hey FlushTube, it's Kerry in Stitches. It's Friday the 13th. Oh, I don't like that. Of January, and this is FlushTube 138. Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're a new viewer. It's lovely to have you here. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thanks for joining me today, or whenever you're watching this. So I hope you all had a great stitchy fortnight, and January isn't too blue for you. It's all much of a muchness here, fully back into the swing of things, work and school and college and appointments and whatnot. So yeah, thanks for all the lovely comments on my plans and wrap-up videos. If you haven't had a chance to watch them, my plans video has a mini kind of slideshow whip parade PowerPointy type thing at the end of it, just showing you my starting point for all of my whips for 2023, and my wrap-up video also has a little slideshow of all of my finishes for 2022, all 65 of them. So check out those videos. If you just want to watch the slideshows, just skip to the end of the videos. They are literally just at the end of the videos both times. So today's video, I've got a cross stitcher magazine flip through, 5 whips, a couple of finishes, and a couple of brand new starts. So let's jump in. It's blustery and windy and chilly, and I'm cold, and I have coffee to warm me up. So I'll move my coffee out of the way and try not to knock it over. So first of all, let's just go with my finishes. And this is the temperature pattern by Jardin Prive. I stitched this on 18 count Pewter by Picture This Plus, and there we go. Full year of temperatures for Worcestershire. I can't believe I used the full range of colours, because not only do we have those super hot days that kind of just blew off the end of my chart, we also in December had 3 really cold days where we got 2 -6s and a -8, I think it was. I don't know. I still kept the sort of thing. Yeah, it was 2 or was it a -6, a -7 and a -8, something like that. So that's where the little purple roofs came in. But you can see how, I mean, obviously the top line's January and it wasn't super cold, but you can see how cold December got just with that big row of blue. So there we go. I did actually put some beads in it, so oh no, I French knotted those. That's French knots. Looks like I've lost the ability, so the little Christmas tree's got beads on it. And my sea and beach has got beads on for the sea glass. There we go. So I love that. So that's a free design by Jardin Prive. You can find it on their website. Oh, and I restitched the hearts because I didn't like that big heart. It kind of looked like a weird house, so I put the 3 small ones in and just kind of brought a bit of purple up there too. So I'm super proud of this. Actually, I ought to leave it out so I can measure it for framing. So, yeah. Would I do another temperature chart? Yes, I would. There are 2 ones that I really do like, and that is the Climbing Goat Designs Galaxy Spirally type one, and I also love Stitching Mummy's Quaker one that she put out this year. That is gorgeous. So if I do anything, it would be those 2. So my new year, new start went in my new project bag from Sarah, Not Enough Whip Bags. I think that's what she's called, I can't remember. And my new year, new start was Sunflower Sampler by Heart in Hand, and this was a birthday present from Sharon. There we go, and we started that together on New Year's Day. So it came with the fabric, and I had, I think, most of the called for. So there we go. I did move that button is supposed to be there, but I swapped them around because I don't know, it just didn't, I don't know, I just wanted it there. So love that. Really pleased. It took me like, it's 1260 stitches or something. It's small, so I'm super pleased how it turned out. It's really cute. I think it does tell me what the fabric is. I think it is 32 count summer khaki Belfast linen, so that's what it is. So really pleased with that, and I'm going to get that framed. That's going to be, so that can go onto the knees measuring pile. Now, oh, this is a bit of a somebody sent me this. I think it was, I'm honest, Chantal, did you send me this back in last summer? Sent me this one because my love of blackbirds, which I love doing, and on the back it had the sunflower sampler, so it was always sunflower samplers on my radar. And then Sharon brought it me for my birthday because she loves sunflowers too. So I wanted to do them as companion pieces because they're quite similar, and my plan is to do them in using the same colours. That's got a slightly different colour scheme, so I kept the colours out, and I just need to pull the red, which is brick, which I do have. The green on that I think is thyme. Yeah, but I'm going to stick with whatever this is, seaweed. So, which has, it's still got a nice variegation, you can't really see, but pleased with that. So yeah, I just need to get another piece of, I don't think that's going to be big enough, even with my tiny framing whatsits. So let's put that there for a thing. Because it reminded me of this pair of Heart and Hand ones that I had, which I finished as cubes, as you can see. I did these along quite a few years ago. But given that they are so similar in style, and similar sizes as well, I'm probably going to frame these instead and put them on the wall, because obviously it's not enough. Yeah, I've got plans. So my plan is to move Grace of a Flower underneath the big sampler there, and then cardinal points, I don't know, I've got plans. It's going to be one of those days where I have to take a photograph, map it all out again and rearrange it. That's what I did last time. Just kind of got a large piece of paper, made squares, move things around. I mean, hubby does plans for a living, but like scale plans, and he could do it all for me, but I'm very much kind of yeah, I can't remember what the word is, like lowbrow kind of, you know, let's just do it with a piece of paper and a pencil rather than actually doing it properly. But hey ho. So cardinal points hopefully will get framed at the end of this month, so that'll be on the wall. Exciting. And get those on the wall as well, and save a space to get that one done. It's not on my radar just to start yet, but I'm going to leave it all kitted up in the bag. I might order, oh, it's got the other style bird in it, so I might order another crow buttons. Well, that's a tiny rook apparently, so we'll see. Right then, so those are my finishes. On to whips. So Daily 30 is back in full swing with all the challenges. Obviously I am completely behind already with my plan. Here's what it is. So one of the, upside down, this came up for a challenge, and when last time you saw it I kind of had most of that done, so we're up to there now. Let's pop something, so it's looking good. I've got the back stitching to do in here, and then the bird's wing and beak, and then I'll be on to the beading. So it's coming along. Oh, and I don't have the pattern. This is Rovaris Spring. So there we go. When you last saw it, I had a bit of the H done, so about there. So now a full H and start of the daisy. So this will have a daisy here, the M and the E, and then spring and a row something. So this is on 18 count Attain by Sparklies. And I'm doing that with, I'm stabbing myself with the sulky conversion. Oh. There's my sulkies. Oh. There's the colours. So it's 1 variegated and then 5 flat colours. See, all the old stuff's coming out. Look at this. This is fantastic. Actually, technically, Mill Hill's my youngest whip because I had a bit of a saff on the old Sunflower sampler. So I got my favourite things out. That's that. These are the designs from Cross Stitcher in 2020 for by Zoe Patching, and they're like a monthly series. You've seen them. Ignore the fact I have a long thread of brown. There we go. A bit of red that probably needs sellotaping out. So last time you saw it, I basically had the dark green V done for the tent. So yesterday I started the barbecue, and I actually, because I'm adding my own motif rather than putting the little card of thread colour on, that's actually Silverstone race circuit. So I used, on the F1 website, you get, they have it kind of pre-gridded. It's not supposed to be a cross stitch pattern, but it kind of has a grid background. So I printed it off like that, ran the drew some lines over the top of it, and then kind of went with it. It's not perfect, but it's kind of how it's supposed to be, I guess. I mean, it's close-ish. So this is quite tricky because it's just drawn, so it's not so easy to sketch it through. But anyway, and I'm going to put a little tiny McLaren symbol in there, so because that's really easy to do, she says. Give it a go, should work out. Yeah, so I just got the sunflower to stitch here, and then the words, and it's all done. So yeah, I enjoyed stitching on that yesterday. We have Blackbird Designs. I've got 3 stockings left to go, so I was working on August, and it is, well, yeah, Wild Sunflower is this design, which is the one I'm doing, and I'm stitching it in predominantly called for, I believe. There we go. That yellow's quite pale, so I just had that one done at the top, so I put the rest of the yellow sunflowers in. I've just started the roof of the house. That's good. And this is on 18 count. It's not. It's on 36 count Ivory Zweigart linen. I have no idea what that is, and it's DMC. It's probably 28 count. And then last but by no means least is Autumn Towne. Now I went at length of my plans for Autumn Towne, and I can't, have I got a cover picture in here? I just have to do that. Look, that's the cover. That's the chart, but you can't see it from there. So this is on a 18 count Woodland, which is a Lakeside Needlecraft exclusive fabric flare. It's not going to show up. It's a very pretty spring green. Oh, Okay, it is nothing like that either, but that's actually Lisa Green showing up, because usually it kind of looks grey and horrible. How does that show up? It's kind of more this green but paler. In fact, can I do that to show it? Yeah, that's quite close. There we go, that's the colour of the fabric. Last time you saw this, I can't remember what I had done. I had all the sky, the green and the variegated tree there were done. Bit of the cloud, I haven't touched the cloud. And I had one tree but not filled in. So there we go. So started a house. Done all the red trees. So basically I've done a 50 by 50 block in the top left corner. So I've hit my January goal. I'm pleased for that. March, February will kind of be there down, so I've got some cloud and another house and some more trees, and yeah, so I have another house. So yeah, basically I've that bit there to do, and yeah, it's that bit there kind of. So that's my next bit, and I'll do that in February. I loved stitching this time, apart from putting the tree trunks in. That was awful. I don't know why, because I stitched all the red and you'd think that would be a bit tedious, you'd think it'd be really, really quick putting the tree trunks in, but that was the worst part of it. I loved doing the rest of it. Didn't mind just constantly stitching. And this is in a mixture of called for and not called for. So all the DMC's called for. I've got the 2 weeks dye works, which is squash and molasses. And then what should be the Glorianas. I have, okay, the red Gloriana is just DMC 115, which is that really good dark variegated red. And then the other one, I am using these 3 21st century silks, which 12 weight I think they are. So they're a bit thicker, so they're kind of not far off like the thin pearl cotton ones. Anyway, so I'm just going to use the 3 of them because there are like 3 major trees. I think there's 5 that use this thread. 1, 2, 3, 5 that use this thread. One tiny one, maybe 6. And my plan is to use kind of whatever's not a lot around it. So there's one that's got a lot of the orange around, so I'm going to use the more green one. And then there's one that's quite red, so I'll probably use the yellowy one. And then maybe the other one will be the darker one. So that's my plan, is just to kind of put these 3 in as and kind of where they fit better, pick the one that fits better. But they're really nice silks to stitch with. So there we go. Oh, I'll put the patterns back in. So whip go, both goals were on my main board were new starts this month. I've got 5 new starts planned, because I only went in with 16 whips and I had 4 on my daily 30 board. So I put 12 whips on, multiple times, including like all the 4 seasons for well-rounded, and 4 seasons for well-rounded. So that was kind of 4 slots, and I think Huck Farm's on there twice, and Autumn Town's on there twice, and what else is on there twice? Gamer's probably on there twice, which are kind of my biggest projects. So yeah, so my other new start plan, I went through my box of kitted up stuff, and partially kitted up stuff, and ones I definitely wanted to start this year, which kind of basically meant, so I think I had 30, I told you 32, I think it was, it might be 34 by now, but yeah. And I put them all into a wheel and spun the wheel. I knew the sunflower was my New Year, New Start, but spun the wheel for my other one because I've decided that's kind of be the best way to do it when I just don't know what to start. And it pulled You're Okay, I Guess by Bendy Stitchy Designs. I've had this in my stash since pretty much it came out. So I think this was a 2020 market release and I've had it pretty much since then. So now is its time. And I'm stitching it on Burnt Umber by Sparklies. It's just an 18 count. And I've got some of the called for colours, and the rest I'm just going to pull from stash, and we'll make it up as we go along. So that's my other planned new start. I'm going to have another teeny tiny new start for Valentine's because otherwise I don't think it'll get done, which is just last year when I was looking for excuse me, very small Valentines, I found these little free charts by storypiece.net, and that's just the arrows. So I am just going to do, I kept it kitted up from when I did the other couple from them. There was a heart and like an XOXO or something. And I literally kept the 2 small pieces of Aida, and I will do the arrows in white, grey and cherry pie 6-strand sweets. So that'll be my colour palette for those. And obviously they won't take, I can do those in an hour or so. And then that'll be another FFO for my Valentine's display, because I need it to grow a tiny bit. How will I finish it? Not entirely sure. I had an idea yesterday, probably should have written it down. I was like, oh yeah, I'll finish it like this. But I didn't know what size of the fabric was. I just knew it was already kitted. And now I can't remember what it is. So I finished a couple of drums, and I did a couple of the little like flat mount that I did a tutorial for with the scrapbook paper. Something's telling me that I had an idea. Well, I did have an idea, but I don't remember what it was, and it wasn't either of those two. So hey ho, we'll work it out. So it's bugging. Oh, I know. I was going to use those hearts, those like rattan hearts I bought from Tesco's at Christmas. I'm going to finish it possibly in one of those. There we go. Knew I had an idea. Just check sizes and all that. So that is everything for stitching. All we have is a cross stitching magazine flip through, and I shall leave you all to go on your merry way and watch lots of whip parades. And despite not watching FlossTube for quite a while, I'm back into it. So I caught up with Stitchy Sally and Abby Bella Stitch and some Helen D and Christy needle craft needle corner. Yes, we're gonna loom zoom. So yeah, who else have I watched? Oh, Leah Noel's a rebar patch. Halfway through her whip parade, so I've got a list. Might get some more watch today. Be nice. Yeah, I've just been preferring to sit in silence. I don't watch TV in the evening much, and yeah, we have been. What have we watched? Obviously, new series of Call the Midwife and new series of Death in Paradise. Watching both of those at the moment, and we watched Traitors over Christmas, the British version, which was fantastic. And I hear there's an American version now to watch. So I haven't decided whether I want to watch the American version yet, to be honest. Yeah, and Ghosts. Love Ghosts. And watching we're nearly at the end of season 1 of the American version because that's on iPlayer, so enjoying that too. Yeah, right, cross stitcher. So usually in the evening I watch TV for a couple of hours when we usually watch something of one of those kind of things. Wednesday we watched as well. We're watching the new National Treasure series on Disney. And when she toddles off to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock, or goes to her room, I switch telly off and then just sit in silence because I really like that. It's the peace, and it gives me, sitting when I'm stitching just kind of really gives me peace at the moment. So yeah. Okay. Cross stitcher 392. I'll show you it again because apparently that's what I'm doing. This is February 2022, and that's the free kit. And there's a big hoo-ha because a lot of people, their ribbons, they literally like, obviously you can see it's supposed to have like a cross stitcher and stuff in the middle. A lot of people's ribbons were in the cross stitcher group, they'd like had like half rows to like stitched on the edge of it, so it hadn't been cut. When they kitted up the kits, it obviously wasn't fussy cut. I think I did quite well to get that. So actually I do quite like it. I might stitch it. Full kit, comes with the backing fabric and everything. I think it's quite cute. So I might stitch it. I actually even don't mind. I'm not usually a pinks and a purples person, but I actually do quite like the colour and the kind of bargello look of it all. Right, so that's the kit. We have got, there we go, less shiny one of it. There. So I had 2 contents pages stuck into mine then. Let me go contents page. I mean, I'm assuming they are way out of my price range because they don't, but look at how gorgeous all those Liberty travel cases for stitching. Oh, that's stunning. I wouldn't even like to hazard a guess how much they cost because it's Liberty. Stitching with Julian is plants, I think. I have no idea what it is. It looks like a plant behind this with some circles behind it. All the usual Willow Craft offers and stuff. The seasonal houses south is Harrogate. It's really pretty. Ooh. Right, let's cover that over. At the bottom, look some of the houses that are in it. That's cool. I don't recognise any of them specifically, but although I wouldn't be surprised if the Tudor one wasn't Stratford. Oh, there's the cover picture. Skipped over the cover picture. We've got this dog's chart. It's cute. That's Jardin Jones. We've got navy coasters. Sausage Ghost Bell. Can't see it. They're really nice. Cards. Letters, readers' letters, and then there's the Valentine sampler. And Macondon, maybe. Hey, called it. We've got a purse that's a cassette tape. That's Maria Diaz. I've got some little landscape hoops, quite sweet. Dells and so Yorkshire, Fells and Dales. I can't say it. I think it's Dales and Vales. Interview with Sarah Guire, textile artist. We've got vegetable alphabet and numbers. A potato, I think. Oh, yes, I think it is. Porcelain pins. So you stitch the doll top and then make the bottom for a pin cushion. It's a bit weird, but I mean, this is the thing. They have like step-by-step instructions, but there's never any visuals for their instructions on how to make up, so it's always a Faye Walsh winter sampler with snowdrops. It's sweet, but that is a lot of snowdrops. To be honest, if I was going to do it, I'd probably just do the top part and maybe one band. I mean, they're all different, but all the bands are different, but it's kind of very repetitive. Best picture, there we go. Sunset Safari, which is pretty much full coverage. It's done on a lilac background. So there's, I mean, when I say pretty much full coverage, it pretty much is full coverage. Vintage lavender is the fabric. I think I've got some of that in my stash. Not I'm stitching that, but I think I had a small piece. Yeah, so it is basically anywhere that looks a little tiny bit white in it or pale. So right at the top here, a little bit there, a couple of bits in there, and a couple of bits at the bottom where it looks like more white. Those are the only bits that aren't full coverage. Whew. We've got Ready Stitch Challenge, which is Valentine's cards. Is that the last one? Maybe. Okay. So Athens, and that makes the last of the designs apparently. Apparently there are 4 corner squares to do as well. But there we go. So there we are. And then coming next month, sewing room sampler and a little mouse needle haze. So there we go. So it's your cross stitching magazine. That is issue 192. No, it's not. It's 392. So plans. I need to get started on my Travel the Olympics Daily 30 Yearly Challenge. So I will be stitching on Monkey Wrench, Spot Sampler, Quilting Bee, and a little bit more on my Blackbird stockings, because those are my 4 projects for that. And starting You're Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of where I'm at with that. So those are my plans, and just to obviously do the rest of some of the other challenges, but really trying to do as few new starts as possible. So I'm going to really trying to stitch from my whip pile at the moment. I will be starting another project next month, as I'm going to do a round robin with Heather and Sharon. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So what's happening? Got nothing particularly big happening in the next couple of weeks, so I shall say goodbye here, friends, and I will see you all in a couple of weeks. Take care and happy stitching. Bye bye.